The gardens are a hive of activity over 2 days as artists wire, wrap, dig and fasten their work into place.
Well, after checking that everything looks all right from the outside, I've got to just secure it all so it doesn't move, and it'll be there hopefully in 3 weeks' time when I come back to pull it down.
So has it got the effect that you were hoping for?
I think so, yeah. Looks wonderful against the backdrop.
Yeah.
I've got instructions printed out to whomever, and it says for the CD to play, you know, step 1, open the cabinet. Step 2, press play. Step 3, press repeat button twice. It's a blacksmith's noisy.
The installation process is overseen by project coordinator and contributing artist Gabriella Hedgyes.
There are still 2 more works coming, so and they're coming tomorrow morning. There's one coming tomorrow morning and one coming on Friday morning. But most of the other works are in, and there's the school kids' work coming as well on Friday morning. So that was the last session for photographing for the catalogue.
Gabriella is a multi-talented artist in her own right. This intricate work, seen at the Burrendong Arboretum near Wellington, took her 300 hours to complete. Gabriella is well known in the region for coordinating public art projects like these structures at the Orange Resource Recovery Centre.
Gabriella has a real penchant for bringing people into an environment and stretching them and pushing them, you know, a little bit further than they might otherwise go.
Gabriella's own contribution to Insight Out 2007 is a collaborative work with JOANNA Anglesey. Gabriella met JOANNA at the Townsville Strand Ephemera exhibition in 2005, where they realised their concepts and practice were very similar.
We're going to burn areas and actually pattern them like fabric, because we both have a high interest in textiles. I've suggested that we work in grids when we collaborate, because that's how we lay our culture on the ground with our suburbs. It's all boxed up, and it's kind of the way we think too.
So we decided, so you're doing still the soap and...
Yeah, I'm going to actually combine it with kaolin, weather.
Okay. Yep.
Weatherproof.
So it's burning, so it's black.
Burning black background in a square, then overlaying the stencil and giving the white rose. So I'll be black and white around the outside, which is kind of nice conceptually. Contained within that black and white.
Especially within the Anglo-Saxon context, yes.
Yep.
And very much bordered by it.
Yes.
Sounds like Australia all over.
Yeah. So we've now got our statement.
There you go. That was easy.
Yeah, excellent.
You have a way of working and you have a stream of thought, but when you come to a site, the site almost begins to speak to you or inspires you, or your work begins to blend with some aspect of that site. Works of mine that were chosen are based on colonial heritage, and so is the Botanic Garden concept. It's a colonial heritage, it's a place of collection, collection of plants, collection of species, a collection of showing. It's also a place where traditionally people have come and picnicked. And so a lot of the substances I use are basically colonial, what I consider colonial substances. So that's tea, sugar. I use soap powder. Now there's a subversion to the work in that I say soap powder, yes, is for whitewashing Australia. The black and white aspect of the Indigenous white Australia debate.
Ken, I see you're sitting quietly having your lunch, and the piece of artwork is still perched over there. Yeah. So what's happening at the moment?
Well, the installation plan didn't follow the plan. The installation plan wasn't thought through well enough on my part, so now we're waiting for the tractor to come with a sling and we'll just lift it up and drop it in the holes.
Ken Hutchinson usually works in stone, but for this exhibition he's created a piece in metal. This work, The Falling Man, is a comment on climate change.
Just looking at the trees in the gardens here and enjoying the negative shapes between all the branches. I liked the lines of it. That's how I came about the type of drawing effect with the steel. I chose this sort of an autumny, rich, orangey colour because it is a colour that, and maybe only in small doses, appears in autumn, but it's still a colour of the landscape. But I wanted it to be able to be seen, otherwise it would just get lost. It still gets lost because of the fineness in relation to the trees around it.
These are my blow-ins, and they're based on the tumbleweeds, which are all umbrella grass that roll and tumble, and you often see gathered in doorways or against the fences. And they're made out of poplar sticks and alcor. This morning I started at work over in Dubbo and had to come back to put these in, and my husband bought them in my first load and unpacked those, then went back to Millthorpe to get my next load, had to stop at least twice to retie them in because they kept trying to escape like tumbleweeds, and made it in here and remembered that I've forgotten my tent pegs, so I have to return back to Millthorpe and come back to put them back in. And working with sticks, some of the tips have broken off, so I've had to rewire those on as well. I'd like to lie here in the grass and have a sleep with the sculptures.